Joneses, it's the coach. This is NFL football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, Aaron Jones, no picnic a week ago. He's looking for another big game, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Tennessee Titans. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What's that? You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Check, check. Fresno. At 59. And no timeout. And let's go.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
We want it. Come to my world.
Here's the first carry for Northwestern's Justin Jackson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Right there, 56. Switch. Alert.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson, and this one caught by Cameron Braid. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Sponge. No. Kill. At 55. To the court.
Throwing again, it's Watson. And Braid, the tight end's got it. 6 yards is the pickup, and 3rd down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. And some room to work. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
Forget the measurables. His temperament, which is so even-keeled, often mask a burning desire to win and perform. This guy takes it seriously when he lines up to play, and usually he puts on a nice performance.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Cousins. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. 3rd and short yardage. Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Jones. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Cousins with work to do. They'll try the draw. Lindsey. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same.
With an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Watch twins. At the 24-yard line. Monk's 56. Monk's 56. I'm 31.
Here's a give to Jones running left. Good move at the 30. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Alert!
On 1st down, it's Watson. Completes it to Hardman. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Y'all playing the wrong football. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
To throw is Watson. And he fires one incomplete. The tight end Cameron Brate was the target. And it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays, yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere. But they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Phillip Lindsay with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the ground, this is Jackson. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down, this is Jackson. Room here to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards there, a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now a first down carry by Jones. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover.
Watch the twist. Motion.
On second down now, it's Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Watson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. J.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year, and look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he can vault himself right into the #1 spot.
3rd and long for Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, what a slacker. 5 sacks last week. Took him all the way to the second quarter to get one here in this one.
And just think about all the planning that went into this game to try and keep him from getting to the quarterback. After one quarter, maybe they exhaled and thought, hey, we got this. Oh, no, you don't. You got to come up with another plan, more looks, maybe even more bodies to keep him out of the backfield.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books. But it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. No gain on the play there, second down. On second down, it's Jones. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Hey, watch it.
On 3rd down, this is Jackson. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football. Caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now Jones. A nice little juke. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. On the carry, it's Jackson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal. Second and goal from inside the 5. On the run, this is Jackson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal.
19. Right there, 56.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
On third down, here's Jones. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now, 4th and goal from the 2. They'll run it with Jones. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Aaron Jones on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
We play to win. Let's go.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. So we reach half. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Come on, fellas.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said... Listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
50. 19. 56.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. He dumps this one off to Jackson, the running back. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And it's caught by Herndon. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
It's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Push him back. Push him back.
Here's Jackson. And it's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Now Watson. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Throw complete to Herndon. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And Bright has it over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a 1st down there to the tight end.
Out of the gun, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Anthony Brown. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just...
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Yeah, he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll go again with Lindsey. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. This is taken at the 10. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Gets it to Hardman, a jet sweep. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Who do you want? Who do you want? Who do you want?
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Titans on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Watson. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. And Marquell Lee with a stop defensively. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, Titans! A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 50. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And that might be Titan football. It is.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
On first down, Edmonds. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. On second and a couple, Watson escaping the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, and it's third and short.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
On third down, they run with Edmonds. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it first and goal.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Watson now to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Marquell Lee gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Here's Watson. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Mecole Hardman. with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Here's Cousins. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw, Cousins. Got a man, that's Allison. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Cousins now. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
He's not going to get me.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And a quick throw here. That's complete. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Mike, 58, right there. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. 58.
They'll run with Lindsey. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 6.
That's right. He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Set to head back out here. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this?
Where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stevens. He's got a man. Complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Again, it's Cousins. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Cousins now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Now Cousins. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Open man is QT, complete. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 16. To throw is Cousins. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Tennessee, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, the loss here is their 10th of the season. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.